Hello everyone, my name's Lakna. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. So today I want to talk about the month of July using Vedic astrology, numerology and tarot. So the month of July is a number 14 month. Number 1 is the Magician. And the Magician teaches us that we hold the innate power within us to really create and manifest anything we desire, and it's a matter of aligning all of the elements. As you can see on his table, he's got the pentacle, cup, sword and wand, and those symbolize the earth, fire, water, air, which is a symbol of our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, our ability to take inspired action, and through those things we're actually manifesting and bringing something down that's tangible and earthly, a manifestation, which is the pentacle. Then the number 4 is the Emperor. The Emperor is someone who sits so strong and stable on his throne, and he really is like this really strong father figure in tarot. And I believe now this month is a time for us to really create that structure and stability, that masculine stability in our life. We all deserve that, and I know that's what a lot of us are craving, is like that real structure and support and stability, and we have the ability to create that. The overarching theme of this month of July is the number 5, because 1 plus 4 is 5, and that number 5 is ruled by the Hierophant. And the Hierophant actually doesn't rule so much a single person, but the Hierophant is more to do with the communities and tribes in our life, and it's a time to really reflect on that, like on the traditions in our life, like our family traditions, and our family is like one of those communities in our life, but also like religious groups, any spiritual groups, and the friendship groups that we're in. It's a time to also reflect on the organizations in our life, the structural supports in that way as well, like schools and institutions, and like if you go to uni, or I don't know, other organizations like that. Even government is ruled by like this sign, the hierophant, this card, the Hierophant. So it's a time to really reflect on these organizations, and you know, it's a time to realize that like it's not just you, like our life is bigger than just us. It's like the community is so important to build our life. Like we can't just do it alone. Life is really bigger than just the self, and I feel like this is a really important theme and message to learn in this month. I know that so many of us, including myself, tend to really be so like, you know, focused on your own journey and your own growth, and life gets so busy that we don't get to interact with each other as much as how like things used to be. For a lot of us is just like a lot of an internal journey now, but it's so important to stay connected with your community and like with your neighbors, with your friends, and create times to really reconnect with the entire community. And Saturn is retrograde in this whole time, and in the sign of Aquarius, which is all about community and really really uplifting society, the humanity of the world. And it's interesting that Saturn is opposing Mars the entire month, and this is a really intense placement, because it's our planet of action is being opposed by this really harsh planet Saturn, which is also retrograding in Aquarius. The Aquarius is the rebel, and Saturn in this sign of Aquarius is in the sign of 100,000 healers, 100,000 herbs and flowers and healers. And So I believe this opposition is sort of telling us also with the Hierophant that this month is about, is to think about ways that these structures, these organizations and institutions and religions and tribes and communities in our life may actually be opposing our ability to take action in the right way. Because from the 7th of July, Saturn will also be opposing Venus, which is like all matters of our heart. And it's just a time to reflect on how are we being opposed by the traditions and structures, especially like government and like institutions that are trying, some institutions that may be trying to control us in certain ways. And it may be a time to think about ways in which we can rebel in a very healing, beautiful way, to realize also that we have that power within us. We are the magicians in our life, and we don't need outside structures and influences to tell us what is right and what is wrong. Like, we know that deep down within our hearts. When we step back into our heart space, we know what we need to do. Mars also enters Leo on the 1st of July. So this is, really powerful energy of us really stepping back into our power and realizing that we have that strength and courage and willpower and energy and drive to do whatever we need to do. Venus is going to be in Cancer and Leo in this month, and this is like the sign of the mother and the father. So it's like really reconnecting with our roots as well, I believe, and really reconnecting with ourselves in a way of balancing and healing our masculine and feminine. I talk about this more in my Venus retrograde video, which I also highly recommend you watch. But yeah, I think that's the main things I wanted to discuss, is that this month is a mix and a blend of the Magician, the Emperor, and the Hierophant. It's also a number 5 month, which is like, that's another symbol of this opposing energy with Saturn. Number 5 is a little bit symbolic of conflict and chaos that is ultimately for our highest good. There has to be some disruptions that happen in our life to create change and transformation that is really going to be for our highest good. So that energy can be a little bit sort of overarching this month of July. It doesn't have to be difficult, but it is a part of this journey of us having to transform. We need to encounter, oppositions in our life to step back in and remember our power. And the most important thing, I think, in the whole month is just to really step back in and to our heart space and really follow our heart, listen to our heart, remember our power, and take the next steps from there. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you do like my content, please do subscribe, like, comment. I really appreciate all the feedback as well. And if you're interested in a personal reading, I do tarot readings, I do Vedic astrology readings. Just email me. The link is in my bio.